What is up, everybody, from our AT&T 5G virtual studios? Welcome to a very special episode of Group Chat presented by AT&T 5G. I'm Susanna Collins. That is Stephen Keel. Stephen, we have only done 7 episodes of this show, but I feel like even in that short period of time, we have learned a lot from our guests.
We've learned who likes memes, who loves emojis in their group chats, and we've even encountered people who wear business suits in their post careers, but all have been memorable in their own right.
Variety is the spice of life, people. And on that note, here are the best moments from our AT&T 5G calls to the field.
Now, are you an active participant? I feel like sometimes I can like group chats because like you look away for an hour and you have like there's 90 responses and you get overwhelmed. Now, are you an active like participant, or are you kind of like you pop in, you drop it, and you're out?
Yeah. There's not a lot of pop, lock, and drop in the Valentine app, but I would say that it depends on the time of day. If I'm with my son, then probably not much activity in there, and I'll look and I'll see 36 messages. And you're like, oh my goodness. But if it's later in the night, then I can kind of fire off my thoughts and a lot of that. But it's nice because usually one person is always just kind of ready. Like some of their fingers are twitching. Then you see the message pop up and you're like, yes, thank you. I got something here.
Sasha, are you a meme guy or like a GIF guy? Like, do you drop those in? No.
No, I'm not good at those. I'm not like very savvy with there are guys that are throwing in these things. I'm like, where did you find this? It's perfectly, but I'm not the guy. I'm not too technical.
I call myself the
emojis.
GIF god. So but like that's about the extent of my participation.
GIF God, Nick Hamlin, GIF God.
But I'm just looking myself up. No one else would say that. That's self-proclaimed GIF God. So.
Wait, so you send a GIF and you're like,
and then I'm like,
crushed it.
That's the dumbest thing ever.
I'm a GIF guy.
Yes.
He's saved on my phone.
What's your favorite? What's your favorite one? What's your most used GIF?
I'm a huge Seinfeld guy, and my most used one is the where they have it where I can't explain it because this is a PG show, but Jerry and Elaine have a bet, and Elaine
I know what bet you're referring to.
Elaine keeps having to pay Jerry for the bet, and there's a GIF where he has a cigar in his mouth and he sits back and he kind of is nodding in approval. So for me, I have it saved, it's in there already, just immediately like and a lot of times it's shoes. They'll send a good looking shoe and then you get the gift and it's immediately a good sign of approval.
I've covered EMLS for the last 4 seasons since it started, Stephen Keel as well. And every year this community just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And I mean, guys are winning big amounts of money, like large amounts of money. And this has become a career for people. And, back when I was a kiddo, and playing my Super Mario, whatever, never would I have imagined that I could have somehow created a career out of gaming. But that is a path for so many of these guys, yourself included. Is this going to be your focus from here on out? Are you going to kind of stick with the gaming thing?
It's tough to know. This is my 5th year doing it.
You've got a degree from Columbia too. I mean, you've got a pretty decent fallback plan.
It's tough to know, guys. Honestly, I like what I do. I've been doing this for 5 years. I really don't know. Right now I'm kind of just going with the flow. I think the next year is going to be really nice for me to kind of just get I've already started to, but get kind of my first really kind of full-time year under my belt of this and really see, really what it's like when it's just this.
Yeah.
Because I feel like for me, I love challenges. So if it gets to a point where, this is something that I've got in my structure and I have more time, maybe I take on some other challenge. Don't really know what that would be. Maybe some sort of playing. I don't really know. I'd have to see. It's all a balance. And I think for me, myself needs the time to just do this for a little bit, but
sky's the limit is
right. We'll see.
Saying.
So many options, man.
Thank you guys for the hype, by the way. I appreciate it. I don't need
it. You're like, I'm not panicking. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Totally. You make the trek back home. What's it like going back, walking in your house, your daughter, your son, come to see dad. Dad scores the game winner on TV. Just can you put into words what that's like?
Well, it was special for me. I got a little funny story about it. It was my daughter's 7th birthday, and I was missing the cowgirl tea party that was happening.
Oh, that sounds amazing!
At the same time as my game, and my wife, I was speaking to her on the phone before the game. You know, we talk before every game. She always tells me good luck, and she said, "Who's commentating your game today?" And I said, "I think Taylor Twellman. I know Taylor. We used to play together." She said, "You should text him before and tell him that after you score to shout out Vera for her 7th birthday." And I said, I didn't even score last year. It's a bit presumptuous of me to text Taylor and tell him, hey, after I scored today. And then Taylor texted me after the game, and I was like, shoot, like I should have texted you. My wife told me to text you. So then he shouted her out on Twitter. But my wife sent me a video after the game of the kids celebrating after I scored, and it was awesome. They were asleep. They were asleep by the time I got home, but the next morning when they woke up, they came and jumped in bed with us, and they were proud because they both started playing soccer recently, and they're both really into it. And it's like the highlight of the week for my wife and I when we just go take them to practice like Monday through Wednesday, and we just watch them play and they enjoy it. So for them to like understand what's going on now and watch me on TV, that was a special day.
Nick, what is your daughter Lou? We need to talk about Lou.
Oh gosh,
she is
a firecracker.
The cutest thing. Oh my God, the superhero, the post on your Instagram of her in the superhero outfit. I mean, she just seems like such a fun kid. What is the best part about being a girl dad for you?
Oh man, to be honest, being a girl dad is special. We just have a special connection. Like, it's just like my little buddy, and we just hang out, and she just like adores anything that I do. She like sees soccer. She's like, I want to be about soccer. Dad likes Spider-Man. Okay, I'm gonna pick a superhero that I like. So it's just kind of like this special connection that we have the same energy. We're at like level 100 all the time. And my wife is like, you guys need to chill. Like, just down like 2 notches, please. 2 notches. And we're just like bouncing off of each other. And, it's just like, when I come home, it's just a blast.
I think it's one of these situations where you have to, at least preparation wise, is a lot different because you have to plan a lot more in advance. Because with the kid, you get so engulfed in their world to where, you're on their schedule, and then suddenly you're like, oh my goodness, he went down at 7:30. I haven't even eaten dinner yet. So then you have to kind of plan ahead to be in these situations where it's like, okay, we have some pre-made meals. I have to make sure that I'm eating while he's eating, or then you try to arrange the schedules a little bit. But in terms of perspective, it's going to be fun because he's kind of becoming like, he's aware of his surroundings, like, right? And then like, even he'll see pictures of me in the house and he'll say, Dad. Yeah. And then like, at times we've seen things on TV where I'm taking a throw in and I'm looking a little disheveled and he's saying, Dad. Or next thing you know, I'm putting some stuff, I'm spraying some stuff and he goes, Dad. Like, so awesome. He's becoming a lot more aware. And I think just as a parent, you enjoy that. And you're always trying to make your kids proud. And he has no clue what I do right now, but ultimately one of these days when he's old enough, you want to make him proud and have him, love what you do. I see Boniac's kids, they were literally screaming and chanting his name the last 45 minutes of our friendly against Dallas. And it was incredible. And that's just, that's everything. That's what you want to play for.
And with your new job, I know you mentioned earlier that the guy in Seattle said, no doing business with you. But the fact that you played soccer, I got to assume people, either they recognize you or they know who you are. Is that helpful for business?
No, it's not. It is not good for business. First of all, most people don't know who I am. And I think when I first got into business, I used to try and be like, yeah, I used to, like work it in there a little bit. And they were just like, oh, okay, cool. So how about my loan? They didn't care. Yeah. They didn't care. They just like, are you going to do a good job for me here or not? I don't care what you did. So nope, nobody really cares.
Man, that's
it's sad.
I feel, you know what though, this appearance on group chat, it's going to turn it all.
Is this going to turn it around?
This is the moment. This is a seminal moment in your mortgage brokerage career.
The first mortgage post I ever posted, I think I lost 3,000 followers.
Can I tell you a true story? I thought you got hacked.
I gave it to my marketing. I was
I
like,
literally
"Guys,
thought, I was like, wait, is no way. I was like, wait, what? And then I was like, oh man, no, this is
No,
real. And I was
he's
like,
doing
look at Gordo.
Yeah.
he's doing it." Yeah, I'm not a big social media guy. It's hard for me to post, except if I have a boot in various places. You know, that's the only one I've ever replied. But I was like, I gave it to my marketing. They're like, you gotta tap into it. You got followers. I'm like, you go ahead and do it. And then they started doing it. My buddies were like, dude, like,
What?
all right, enough, pal. And so I told them, okay, you guys are cut off. Erase it.
So okay, you were a student, you were
Yes.
playing college soccer, so you're
Yes.
balancing your studies. You're also playing sports, and then you've got this like gamer identity as well. How the heck? How do you balance that?
Yeah.
Like what did your typical day look like? And then now that you have graduated, like are you spending way more time gaming, playing FIFA? Like how do both of those scenarios look?
Yeah, when I was getting mixed up in it, it was a lot. I would have training in the morning at around 9. So we would get on like a 7:30 because we're in the city. We would get on a shuttle because our training facility was a little bit more uptown. So it'd be like a 7:30 wake up. You know, sometimes I would have a video scheduled the night before to go up in the morning just to make sure everything was rolling. Because then I started to get the YouTube going after about 6 months of streaming, and that's a whole other commitment. And we could talk about that in a little, but yeah. So it was crazy, right? 9 a.m. probably finished training, back on campus at 12. For classes, I would be pretty much done with my classes I would have 4 or 5 days of class a week. Those were usually between 1 and 4, 1 and 5. And then, I would really, probably actually get to spend a little bit of free time, maybe an hour or so outside for the day with some friends, then eat food. Then I would grind, right? Then I would stream probably from like 7 to 10. And then I would do like an hour through homework, and then I would go to sleep. And that's what it was for me. Pretty much Sundays were my I need to get rest and energy day for this 6-day week. And it was a really big grind for about a year or two. And I guess now, now is less, with obviously less school. It's more work, but there's definitely a little bit more flexibility. I think I've got some more time now to finally focus on just like, I like working out. So having more routine with that. And a little bit of time to watch some sports and just kind of chill out a little bit more. It is still a grind, but it's not as crazy as it was. And I think it was a little too crazy.
All right, guys, make sure you check out Group Chat presented by AT&T 5G every single Friday on YouTube throughout the 2021 MLS season. We'll see you next time. Peace.
See ya.